Welcome on lads and lads, welcome back to the KingMagna channel, where today I just wanted to do a little story time for you. Before we go into anything, this little gremlin's making a lot of noises, so if you hear anything, it's just her being a silly little thing. This story is about my dislike of KFC. This is kind of like a part 2 to my... Oh my god, chill. This is kind of like a part 2 to my Burger King video, and you know, I hated that. I think this was probably worse than that. This is basically that to the extreme. KFC is absolutely terrible now, and people defend it, they're just wrong, okay? People that do defend KFC are wrong. First of all, I'll build the view for you, okay? So this was just before I was going to... Sorry. So this was just before I was going to see Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. So this is from a while ago. I just didn't have the time to talk about it. Just before, we thought, oh, you know what, we're kind of hungry. Let's get some food. Let's get some food before we get there. You know, even though you have the cinema snacks, you kind of want, you know, you want a full tummy for a cinema film. So we drove up to KFC. It was the two choices we had. I didn't get to choose because whatever. The two choices were either Burger King or KFC, and I absolutely refused Burger King. It's not nice. It's terrible. But looking back at it, I think I much would have rather had a Burger King because this was just yuck. So got there, we drove there. First thing that I noticed was like when we were walking in, the whole of the outside stunk of weed. This was on a Friday night. Night. It was like 8 o'clock. So, you know, it smelling of weed kind of did make a little bit of sense. But, you know, it was still kind of weird that it just stunk of, you know, herbal. So, before we go into anything, I want to go through some pros, alright? So, we got there. I want to give you the one pro I have. If you go to KFC and you don't get a Crush'em, you're mad. It is the best thing there. The Crush'ems are incredible, alright? I had that. I even savoured it. I didn't drink it all quickly. I tried to savour it as long as I could. Because it was just such a nice drink. Can you please calm down? Calm down. Okay, calm down. Alright, so the Crush'em's good, right? Apart from that, everything was awful. I had a bad experience there. This whole video is me just distracted, rambling about my dogs pissed about on my desk. So the next thing that I noticed was the pricing. The pricing of KFC has gone up dramatically. It is ridiculous. My meal costed, I think it was £13.50. And after it, I was like, I could have another one of them. I don't know if that's just because I'm, you know, being a bit of a fat but I was starving afterwards. I was still hungry. Luckily, I had the cinema snackies to, you know, keep me cool. So I'll tell you what I got. I think it was 3 bits of chicken, a small popcorn chicken, a piece of corn, and a drink. So with all that being £13.50, pretty mad. You know, a Nando's is like, what, £18? How is that like similar to a Nando's? Nando's is really good. I've never had like a bad Nando's experience. The next con was I ordered, it came with sauce. It came with like a fancy ketchup. They just didn't give me it for some reason. I don't know why. My friends were like, oh, you can just go ask for it. Most of this stuff is going to be, you could ask for it and they'll probably fix it. But the problem is, I am socially awkward as shit. I can't. If that's a thing to do, I'm just not going to do it. I'd rather complain than actually have it fixed. So after I didn't get my sauce, I was like, alright, I like to start off with corn. I don't know about you, I like to have the corn while it's warm. They didn't give me a stick in my corn, so they just gave me like a bag of wet corn. It's just a wet bag. It's had loads of water in it still, and had corn in it. It was alright. And then my friend gave me his corn because he had his braces on. This is Jamak. He had his braces on, so he couldn't eat it. So I was like, alright, I'll take it. His was literally mouldy. It was nasty. It was slimy corn. It was like out of date corn. And I've eaten a lot of corn in my time, and I know exactly what that means. It means it's out of date. It's nasty. It's bad. You shouldn't be eating it. It's gross. But my corn didn't have a stick. His was nasty. But if I took the stick out of his, I had mine. Mine was delicious. That's how I knew it was out of date, because mine was completely fine. So after all those complaints, the chicken was mediocre, by the way. I never got the chicken. It's not that good. It's pretty boring. It's not really well seasoned. I thought the whole point was it was nice seasoned chicken. And it was just like normal breaded chicken. It's like the frozen breaded chicken. It didn't even taste that good. So after all that, we left to go see Ant-Man. And I always complain about KFC messing up my stomach. That's always something that's happened. But this is the one time it didn't get my stomach, but it got my friend's stomach. Not Jamak, the other person. So either it's just bad. I'm surprised I didn't get it as well because I ate bloody fucking mouldy corn. So I don't know how, but my friend's stomach was awful now. And then, you know, the whole film he was like, oh. But it's just, I don't get how KFC's got to that point, because KFC for me used to be really good. You know, it was like, oh, we get a KFC, yes. Yeah, we get a big tub of popcorn chicken and a Crush'em. Nowadays, a big popcorn chicken is like £7, so you can't get that unless you're mad. And then the Crush'em is just never on. This is my one complaint with KFC as well. This is one of my many complaints with KFC, is the Crush'em machine just never works. Always broken, it's always out. It's the best bit. Why is the best thing broken? It's like McDonald's with the McFlurries. I love the McFlurries. I think I just like ice cream and cold drinks, but it's always broken, never works, and it's always the best thing. Anyway, that's my little ramble. I just wanted to express how much I hate KFC, because this is apparently a really bad opinion of mine, even though I think this is completely reasonable. KFC is terrible. It's just not good food. I don't know why people are painting me like the villain for liking nice, decent food. I know I'm fat, okay? People always go to me like, oh, you don't like most fast food? Liar, oh, you're lying. No, I just don't. I just eat the worst things. I just eat Smarties and Doritos. That's the reason I'm like this. I just can't get enough sweet and spicy, okay? Anyway, that's it for today's video. Like and subscribe, do all the good stuff, and I'll see you in another video. Yeah, see you.